Hi, my name's Matthew Hodgson. I'm from Platinum Chiropractic in Erina. So today we're going to help you diagnose what's actually causing your headaches. And one of the most common headaches that we find is a tension headache. The tension headache generally can last throughout the day, tends to get worse towards the end of the day, but in general won't go more than one day. Sometimes it can be related to clenching of the jaw, and in that case then you can wake up in the mornings, but your dentist will be able to tell you if you do sort of clench at night. So for tension headaches, what you should do is just put your fingers in a shape like this and just feel, and you should feel that it's very, very tender in that area. So massaging like this can actually make a really big difference to tension headaches. So obviously you do it for 10 to 15 seconds on both sides at the end of the day. The next form of headaches is migraine headaches. Now, with migraine headaches, there's over 200 reported different sorts of migraine headaches. So as compared to a tension headache, which is normally a band type of feeling, a migraine is often one-sided. Now you can get occipital migraines, you can get visual migraines. As I said, there are lots of different sorts. Typically, a migraine may involve some form of nausea. It can also often be related to the female menstrual cycle. So a migraine headache can last anywhere from a couple of hours to a few days, and often people will have them once a month, up to 3 to 4 times a month, and they can be quite severe. So the thing that you really need to do is get a diagnosis of what the particular sort of migraine that you have. For example, if you have a common migraine, then there are things that you can do that help to calm down your nervous system that can make a difference. One example is just running cold water over your wrists. It's not going to make the headache go away, but it can often help in terms of its severity. So with cervicogenic migraines, we know that about 40% of migraines are from the neck, which is what a cervicogenic migraine is. And so obviously chiropractic is the first choice in terms of getting that pressure off the nerves and allowing your body to function properly so that those headaches don't get worse. These are often exacerbated by a lot of screen time. We find people that do a lot of computer work often have problems with cervicogenic migraines. So if you do a lot of computer work, you can get a free download that is called f.lux, which will change the colour of your screen very slightly to match sunrise, midday and sunset. So we find that in itself, taking your computer away from the white spectrum more towards the yellow spectrum, can help in terms of migraines. You can also get sinus types of headaches, and a really important one is a cluster headache. Now a cluster headache is a severe headache. You can have 2 to 3 in a day. They generally only last anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half, but the pain can be debilitating. It's often on one side, and people will say it feels like something is being pushed into their brain. So this is a severe sort of headache that really you need to get on top of quickly. So with the cluster headaches, chlorophyll supplements have been shown to make a difference, as have L-tryptophan. They're both supplements that you can get from any good health food store, and that has been shown to make a difference in terms of the severity and frequency of cluster headaches. Obviously sinus headaches, most people will realise, but often your sinus headaches can actually feel like they're in through here, or just that pressure inside your head. If you have chronic sinus headaches, really important that you see your doctor, as it may be that you've got an infection within the sinuses that needs to be addressed. And the last sort of headache is a chronic progressive migraine. Now this is a migraine that tends to just get worse and worse and worse. And this is a very serious sort of migraine because it's often a pointer to something else that's going wrong in your body. This is something that you definitely need to see a health professional about, whether that's a chiropractor who's been trained in diagnosing headaches or your medical doctor, as it can often be due to underlying problems that can be quite serious. So I hope you've got some good information from this. Make sure if you are getting headaches, you do address it. Don't just take Panadol. Make sure you find what the underlying cause is. So I hope that you've enjoyed this and live life well.